So welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 5 of connection. I'm liking connection. So get your book or your piece of paper and just closing your eyes and noticing the felt sense of your body, the feeling tone, the sensation, this arising moment in your body. How would you describe it as, a thing in nature, or how a sea or an animal, or just a feeling tone? Nice. So now notice your wellness, something in you that feels okay, that feels comfortable, that just feels absolutely fine here to do your yoga today. You've turned up, you cultivated resources, you set your mat up, you put your clothes on. Maybe you still have your pajamas on. So maybe that's your wellness, that you still have your pajamas on. Who knows? Just check in. And then a 5 minute something that you could commit to, that's a doing or a not doing, or it's a commitment to yourself, some kind of aspiration that you have that you would work towards doing today, or consider towards doing, or open towards doing today in wellness. What would be a small, tiny thing that you could do in wellness? Super duper. So today, how to move with like honey. So honey isn't like wind. Wind is just where, there's movement, there's no resistance of any kind. Whereas honey, there's a bit of resistance to honey. So how do we create that feeling of connection or resistance or tension in the body that creates a stronger flow feeling in our bodies, rather than just wind, which is where we're just moving and things aren't connected? I always think honey is more like the whole field of you moving as a unit, because you've created a certain amount of time under tension or a line of connectivity that you then move. So let's go find and see if we can do that today. So come. So come stand on your mat. And just begin by rolling your shoulders. So as you roll your shoulders, have a sense of being at the deep of your range in wellness. So whatever that feels like to you. So for me, it's like I'm at the edge of the fullness of my shoulders. So that's a bit like honey. And then roll in the other direction. Very deeply, slowly, connecting to the normal, natural wellness of your maximum. Okay? Cool. So reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, and then lift your right shoulder up and reach through the right arm more. And you'll feel that there's more of a sensation of connectivity through your rib cage and your belly, and even into your shoulder. Nice. Pull your elbow down, and that feeling is gone. That connectivity is gone. Reach your arm up, and even lean your hip a little bit over towards the right as you reach. And then come back. You can, if you want, reach up and just lift your left foot off the floor, which also creates connection. So just notice, create connectivity, and then release it. And then create connectivity and hold that connectivity. I feel this sense of, tension is the wrong word. It's like an elastic feeling of elongation through the right side. And now very slowly move that a bit over towards the left, and then straight up towards the ceiling. So I'm trying to move in the honey feeling. So I'm staying with connection, and then I'm also moving. One more time. Nice. Other side. So reach the left hand up, Find connectivity and then come down. I think connectivity has a bit of an achy feeling to it. Yeah, it has this kind of delicious achiness to it as I reach into it. It's like a groany, achy yum that emerges. Nice. Next time you reach with your left hand up towards the ceiling, pause and then move that feeling a little bit over towards the right and then back to center. I'm up on my right toes to help the left side lengthen. And I'm just feeling the connectivity, that tension that is wholesome in my left side, and I'm moving it. Nice. Hands to your hips, and just find how far to the left you can go with your hips. And then slowly bring your hips forward, pause there. And then bring how far to the right can you bring your hips? And then how far back can you stick your bum? And now roll in that healthy maximum of your hips. And that's a bit like rolling in honey, but slow the movement down because we're nearing kind of the edge of our ranges all the time. We're continuously moving really slowly with deep awareness and hearing that. Yeah, it's like, that tea towel feeling we used to do before, where I feel like I'm pulling a thread from the deep of me, and it's like you know thread wrapping around a spool or something. How is it in your body? And then roll in the other direction again. That sense of time under tension, connectivity, full of your range in wellness. Cool. Super. So come to the front of your mat. We're going to do a sun salutation, moving like honey. So push down into your feet and have a sense of connectivity down into your feet. And then reach your arms wide and feel like you're at a full maximum of the reach of your arms. And so I'm like reaching, reaching, reaching. And as I move, I can feel the connectivity of my body. So I'm reaching as tall as I can. And then I begin to fold. And as I fold, I round my back first. And now I feel that connectivity through the back of my body. And I'm rolling slowly forward, creating that sense of moving like honey. Hands to the floor. Slowly begin to lengthen into your legs. Feel the connection through the backs of your legs. And then arching your back, lifting forward. Have that sense of time under tension as you move. That sense of honey. Bending your knees. Find that deep round, that ache of the deep of your spine in a wholesome way. Step your right foot back. Lunge. Lean into the deep of you. Lengthen through the whole of you. Breathe. Here I want to round my back a little bit. I'm pushing my spine backwards. My fingertips are on the floor. Flat, I don't feel like I have the same connection. I'm pushing backwards through my spine, leaning down into my right heel. Nice. Drop your right knee to the floor, rising up. Bring your left knee back. Hands to the floor. Round your back and find that honey feeling through the back of your spine, that connectivity. And then slowly keep your back rounded. Sit your bum back. And slowly rounding forward till you lean a little bit more into your hands. Sit your bum back. And I'm staying deeply rounded. And so there's a connectivity through my spine that I'm creating the movement like honey. That slight resistance to the movement is creating a connection, an awareness, a beingness in my body. Nice. Other direction. Arch your back, looking forward. Feel a sense of a deep pose even here. And then begin to travel. As you travel forward, as you travel backwards, feel the range change in your body. Moving like honey. So there's a connectedness through my belly, through my shoulders, because I'm at a deep place in my arching. As I travel it forward and backwards, I get that sense of moving like honey. Nice. Rounding. And then bring your belly all the way to the floor. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Toes are on the floor. From here, squeeze through your toes. No, squeeze through your bum. Lift through your toes. And then push your elbows down and try and lift your belly as much away from the floor as you can. Keep your head down as you do this. And then relax down. Let your chest and belly land. Let your feet land. Keep looking at the floor. Try and lift as much of you off the floor as you can. So my toes have lifted, my knees are light, my belly, my chest are trying to lift. Down, landing down, soften everything. One more time. Lifting through the toes, pushing into your elbows. Keep looking down at the floor as you try and lift deeply through your belly away from the floor. My hips are still on the floor. It's a spinal action more so than a hip lifting. And all the way down. Tuck your toes under. Push back into your cat. Push back into your downward dog. So the wiggle that we usually do is the same thing as moving like honey, but you're just going to slow it down. So you're going to find the side of your body and then travel with that sense of tone. Maybe tone I like more than tension. So find tone and then move the tone around. It's like certain words are loaded, the word stress. So I said, if you create stress in your muscles and move it, it doesn't have the same psychological import as moving like honey. So just feel that you're connecting and then you're moving that connection. Moving like honey is a really slow and conscious, deeply aware space where you're trying to I feel like I'm trying to scratch into the deep itch of my rib cage with slow and steady motion. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor slowly, moving like honey. Lifting up, moving like honey. Step your right foot forward. Hands to the floor, lengthen backwards. Step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up and feel that you're at the place of tone in your spine and you're moving that tone. Reach your arms up, really strong and long. Elbows bend, hands to the front of your chest. And again, reach your arms wide. Be at the maximum reach of your fingers. As you reach up, your toes are engaged, your fingers are reaching. And I feel this really powerful, rocket feeling through my body. Bending your elbows and find that tone through your spine and then travel with the tone as you round forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Notice where the tone is. Hands to your shins. Lengthening and moving like honey. Hands to the floor. Lengthen your left foot back. Stretching back. Drop your foot to the floor. Pause. Again, I'm pushing my fingertips down. When I push my hands down, I don't have the same push. Fingertips down, and I'm rounding the deep of my back. Lengthening into my back leg. Leaning into my hips. And I'm not static. I feel like I'm just going a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. And it's like fractured. It's so tiny, the sense of movement in my body, but it isn't still. It's in motion. Life in motion. Nice. Drop your left knee to the floor. Rising up, bring your right knee back. Hands to the floor. Round deeply. Find that sense of tone and then move it. And now this time, sit your bum back, and as you travel forward, arch your back, maybe bend your elbows, maybe not, all the way forward. So find the tone and travel with tone. Find the honey, travel with honey. It's like you're meeting the edge of your range in wholesomeness. Travel in the other direction. Arching as you travel back. Maybe your elbows bend, maybe not. Rounding forward. Last time. Arching, traveling back. Rounding, traveling forward. Bring your belly to the floor. Elbows underneath your knees. Reach your right hand forward, as far forward as it goes. And then pull your right elbow back. And this time just pull your elbow back so your thumb is near your shoulder. Reach your hand forward, drop your chest down, drop your armpit down. And then slowly pull your elbow back. And again, find that sense of how do you move like honey here. Reaching forward, resting all the way down. Gliding back, pull your elbow back. Forward, rest. Pull your elbow back. Nice. Other side. Left hand goes forward, armpit to the floor. Pull your elbow back, thumb to your shoulder. Slow the movement down, move like honey. Like, what is the edge of the movement for you here? How do you connect into the deep of you? Slow it down, connecting more. One more time. Nice. So, elbows to the floor, lift your belly up, push back into your cat. And then we're going to just roll our belly like a circle. So, arching your back, lean towards the left, rounding your back, lean towards the right. Arch, left, back, right. Arch, left, back, right. Other direction. Arch, left, down, right. Arch, left, down, right. Nice. Push back into your downward dog. So if you're not doing the wiggles in downward dog, then you can do that rounding thing we just did in your cat pose. You can reach your hands a little bit more forward, connecting into your calves, down into your feet. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor, rising up. Step your left foot forward, hands to the floor, lengthen your back leg. Moving like honey, step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up, feel the tone through your spine as you roll up. Feel the reach of your arms, and then reaching up and looking up. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. How cool. Come all the way down. Come sit on your mat. Legs are long in front of you. Pause. And drop your ear down towards the left. Tuck your chin forward. And then drop your ear down towards the right. And just begin to travel slowly. And imagine that the stretch is like the bow of a violin, very gently playing across the back of your neck, into the sides of your neck, even the top of your shoulders. So this is also a sense of moving like honey. Travel slower. Lean into it in wellness and yumminess. So I always feel, in yoga, there's this sense where we have to get more and more complex, it feels like, or stronger, or bigger and bigger, whereas actually getting really simple, the range here in this moment is actually so powerful. I feel that. Without going anywhere other than gently, deeply, steadily meeting your neck as you rock from side to side. really deep and transformational power to being in wellness, in yumminess with your neck. Nice. Come back to center. Just roll your shoulders, deep circle. And as I roll, I'm letting my spine drop as I roll forward and then arch as I roll back. So I'm letting my spine help my shoulders move and then roll in the other direction. Nice. Twist towards the right. Just hold on to the outside of your right knee with your left hand and then soften your right shoulder forward. So it's like I slightly round forward with my right shoulder and then pull your right shoulder back. Soften your right shoulder forward. It's like I'm kind of falling a little bit forward. I'm slumping forward and then slowly pull your right shoulder back. So this is another honey movement. Rounding, drop your head forward. Slowly lengthening, pull your shoulder back, lengthen tall. Last one. Rounding forward. Pull your shoulder back. Nice. Move to the other side. Both hands are forward. Pull your left elbow back, fingertips to the floor. Feel that place where your right hand is the outside of your knee, your left hand's on the floor. Round your left shoulder forward. And then rise and lengthen. Forward. Lengthen. So I'm twisting. As I round forward, everything softens. But then as I draw my shoulder back, it's like my body re-enters the twist. Moving like honey one last time. Super cool. Come lie on your back. So your knees are bent. Roll back and just wrap your knees with your arms and paws there. So even though all we did was a sun salutation and some cats with a bit of neck movement, these movements go incredibly deep into our bodies. So go slowly, just rock from side to side. Be listening as you move. And draw your elbows to the floor and draw a circle with your knees and just see, can you again find that sense of tone where you're in a range of wellness that feels like strength as well. And then slowly roll in the other direction, being in wellness and wholesomeness. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Stretch your legs up, stay there, or bring your feet to the floor, stay there. And just feel into the sense of your body right now. You know, how are the feeling tones of you right now? Where is your wellness right now? You know, how do you sense that in your body? Nice. I have this kind of, again, it's my heart. I have this expanding sense of like a bouquet of flowers through the top of my chest. So lovely. So always like the ways we describe feeling tones and felt sense, they can be really random and very, it's like, oh, it's like a waterfall, or it's like rain on a window, and there are all these different sensations that we can't describe exactly, but we go, oh, you know, it's really like a river falling down through a valley, and you know what I mean? So find a way of describing it in things, and connect to how you are. So thanks so much for being here. Truly a pleasure. And I'll see you all tomorrow for the next bit of connection. And so, yeah, think about the thing that you've committed to. What are you going to do for 5 minutes today? Yeah, I'm really liking this. Great. Ciao.